Oh, hello. How's it going today? Are you having problems with your computer? Do you want to upgrade your processor? Or do you just want to watch some fun tech tutorials on YouTube? Either way, I have what you need. Stay tuned while we get involved with unboxing the motherboard I have here, which is the Crosshair V-Formula Z motherboard. And we're going to unbox it, and then we're going to install it, also installing liquid cooling, a processor, and all the other components that come around with the computer. Stay tuned. This is the FX8350. It's an AMD 8-core, the very first 8-core processor, native 8-core, and it runs at 4 Hertz on each single processing speed, and it's got a total of 6 megabytes of level cache. And basically, level 1, level 2 are 4 megabytes each, so that's a total of 8, and then level 3 is another 8 additionally. I'm not sure how good that is, but we're going to try it out and we'll see how it goes. It's the black edition, and good thing about AMD is everything is unlocked. So if you like unlocking and overclocking, this is the processor for you if you're on a price range. Other than that, I've seen people overclock it to 5.2 Hertz and some even to 8.1 Hertz, but that was with a crazy, system with high-tech gear, and it was huge. It had like a lot of coolers and a lot of power. So I think you can get around the 4 Hertz range if you have a good motherboard. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll go ahead and describe everything with it. Basically, it comes with the processor. It's one all-in-one right here. It's a pin grid array PGA processor, and it fits any AM3 board. So any board that has an AMD processor that's an FX, it's backwards compatible. You can take that processor out and you can put your AMD FX 8350 or anything with FX will fit. It's an AM3 Plus and it'll fit it. If not, you can refer to the manual that comes with your motherboard or with this to see if they will fit and check the compatibility. Than that, it comes with the heatsink fan, a stock one, and I've noticed this one's a little different than what I've seen on Newegg. They were showing me some other stuff, and this is just one of the processors the heatsink fans that look a little different, and it's all one way. I saw one, I thought I was going to be getting one that goes both ways, but I guess this is for I guess better direction. I'm not sure which version this is, but yeah, we'll be installing it, and it comes with the custom thermal paste. I usually don't like to use this because I like to apply my own brand, and I take that off, but because it is stock and because it is FX, I'm going to trust the thermal paste with this. And I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So if you're ready, we're going to head over there and put the computer up. Basically, case just pops off like so, goes down, and you get into your everything right here. Alright, here, where this fan is, this is where your processor will normally be. In general, modern boards, we're always going to have a processor with a heatsink fan because we're running really good on it. And basically, you're going to come in here and you have one cord to unhook first off, which is your fan power, and you just pull like so, give it a little wiggle, unplugs just like that. Then you're going to go and pop this up. It's going to release the tension on your heatsink fan, and you can clip the latches over. There's one latch on each side. For me, I'm not sure what you have. My AMD board, and it has 2 latches, and one goes like this and one goes like that. So just easily tap the levers up. This is like very easy, and just come directly up with it, and make sure no cords snag, and you'll come off. And there's your heatsink. There is your everything right there. Stick everything right there, you see it? That's the residue. You can clean this off if you want to using some type of, like I said, lighter fluid is really good. That's the one I was trying to remember. Lighter fluid or rubbing alcohol, and you can get that off. And I would actually clean the CPU before you take it off. I don't know why. I've just always done it like that, so it's always me. And then we basically will take this out of here. We're going to basically be taking off this residue on this processor, as you can see it. And what I'll be using is 2 coffee filters, which are really good. I'd say 2 or 3, most be 3 if it's a really thick residue. And I have here rubbing alcohol. You can use rubbing alcohol, or you can use lighter fluid. Lighter fluid's a little bit more concentrated, so it's going to be a little easier to get it off. So use what you will. And we'll basically just take this, pour the rubbing alcohol onto the coffee filter, and that's how it goes. Let it soak in a little bit. Try not to get any on the board because it will mess the board up. So just let it soak in, and you come down like so. Start rubbing it a little bit, and then should be able to get it right off. And kind of wipe it a little bit. Get it all nice and clean. Might have some on the side, so you might have to go back and get that up, vacuum it, you know, whatever means of way to get all that extra residue off the side of the processor. And then after you're done, when it's clean, you're just going to hit this little latch right here, and you can take this little hand and you just pop it up. And when it gets to this point, basically what you're going to do is you're going to hear a little click, and it's going to pop the processor out. So you hear it pop, boom, right here. And then it goes about a little bit over 12 o'clock, about almost 12:30 on the degree factor. And the processor just come right out, zero insertion and zero, you know, take away weight. So you really don't do anything, and that's how you take out the processor. And it has little pins, so you will mess those up if you do this wrong. I promise you. And yeah, that's pretty much how you take out the processor. Now we're going to install the new processor. Alright everybody, now we're going to install the new processor. So we're going to go ahead and take your processor box, unbox it. Another thing I forgot to mention in the beginning, which I guess is kind of bad, but it's not very beneficial, but I mean it is kind of consistent to computer tech installation of a CPU, is you can, after you turn on your PC, before like you want to take off the residue, you can turn on your PC for 5 to 10 minutes, let it heat up the previous processor you had installed, so it heats up the heat sink and it heats up the thermal paste. So basically your thermal paste will be heated up and it'll be nice and ready to go, so you can rub it off whenever you uninstall. And then also whenever you turn off your PC, you hold down the power button, which takes any circuitry out of the board, so you won't short any parts out by touching things with negative or grounded metal, and you won't short anything out by actually touching it with rubbing alcohol if you do, and stuff like that. Alright, now I've got the processor here. You basically take this processor, silver side is always up. You want to look on the corner of the processor to see there's a little triangle. There's a triangle that's etched in it, and if you can see that, that's going to go directly down. The gold pins are going to go down, and it's going to go directly down into the processor. And if you look on the board, I have marked on your board too, if you're looking at this while you're looking at it, or while you're watching the video, it's going to have a etching, and you can see it kind of on the right side over here, and it's an etched triangle, and mine's white, so that's the side that you're going to set down the processor with the gold triangle accordingly. And that gold triangle is going to go this way, and the triangle matching it's going to go to the same way. And you're going to just go down and drop the processor down square with everything, and it should just slide in. There's no pushing, there's zero insertion, just a little bit with your index finger to see that it fits, and then you're good, and that's it. All you do now is click your latch, knock your latch down, click, 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 and then one more click, and it'll go behind the little lever. It'll pop behind it, and your processor's installed. Good job. Now let's move on to the next thing, is the heatsink fan. Heatsink fan comes pre-applied with thermal paste, so you do not have to use any thermal paste. You can see it right here. Thermal paste already installed. Basically, there's no way to install this wrong. There's only the good way, which is this way. And you can take it, and I prefer to install it with the handle side to the out, because if I need to reach something in the middle, I don't want to be having that, messing me up here. So then I'll go down, and I'll basically take this. I'll worry about the cord last, and you're just gonna flip this lever over, and it's gonna come down a little. It's a little stubborn, but it'll come down, and that'll be the install, and you will be installed. So yes, now you will be installed and ready to go with your new CPU. You might boot in the BIOS and upgrade your BIOS, because your BIOS is not going to be current with the newest CPU. Basically, I think that is all you need to know. Other than that, don't forget to plug in your fan cord to one of the according fan devices, fan inputs, and you can put that anywhere. Basically, I would just install it where the other one was at. Also, if you're going to be doing any liquid cooling in the future, you're going to need to clean off the thermal paste off of the processor again, and do not overclock if you have one of these heatsink fans, because the dry air not being liquid cooled will melt it onto the CPU, and it will mess it up, and it will fry it possibly. So I wouldn't do that. I've done that once or twice with my server. Other than that, this has been a tech tip from Sergeant Wade. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe for more.